Previously on AMC's The Walking Dead. If we do this, we're no better than those people we're so afraid of. So we're gonna sentence a man to death for a crime he may or may not commit? I don't think you got what it takes to protect him. That's my wife. That's my son. That's my unborn baby. Ah! Ah! Sorry, brother. This episode, Better Angels, is the tragic conclusion to what's been going on the entire season. Laurie's to blame. Everything is Laurie's fucking fault, okay? In this episode, we got a eulogy, and Rick has decided that because Dale said that the group was broken, and because of his death, he's not going to kill Randall. And in Dale's honor, he's going to set him free like he originally thought. And Shane's like, Dale dying and the Randall situation are two separate things. He goes, I got that under control, I knew. So Carl goes up to Shane and tells Shane what happened. After the eulogy, which is a cool little scene. Like, I thought, Shane could leave now with Andrea and T-Dog and Daryl, but we wouldn't really want him to leave with Daryl. But he could leave with that group and just go off because, T-Dog had nothing to do this season. Andrea's just been complaining about her guns, and I like Shane, and he's a good guy, and let's just go. Just let them go off together. But no, Shane had to die because Shane's just a crazy asshole who's in love with Laurie so much. They were killing walkers and stomping on their heads. It looked like a badass group. Like, this group is evil. Like, this group is bad, But anyway, Rick is kind of pushing Shane away. And because of this, he's like, Laurie sees this, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's like, can I talk to you? Because Rick is pushing Shane away, she wants to make amends and make him feel better by saying, you know what? What we had wasn't fake. You're right, it wasn't. It was real. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. And you did protect us and all those things you did for us. And, and I don't know if the baby's yours or not. I'm so sorry. I don't know how you must feel. I'm so sorry, Shane. I'm so sorry. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? This guy was coming back to normal, somewhat. He was kind of like, I'm still kind of hating this, and I still hate Rick, but, I'm just going to leave. He probably would have just left if she didn't open her fucking mouth. But no, she had to open her mouth, and the shit hits the fan. And he goes into that fucking room, and he's about to blow Randall's brains out. Like I said earlier, Carl told him, I'm the reason Dale died. I'm never touching a gun again. Shane's like, come on, Carl, take it, man. Take it. You gotta protect your mama, man. You gotta protect her, man. And he's like, no, I'm never touching a gun again. So he runs away. So, Shane goes to the cell or whatever it is, and he's gonna kill Randall. But then he sees Randall's has been trying to escape, so he goes, that's a better idea. Let him escape. If he escapes, I could kill Rick. We go look for him, I could kill him. So he takes Randall out. He says, I want you to take me to your new group, to your old group. And he's like, why? He's like, I don't like this group anymore. I'm looking for a change. And then he just snaps the motherfucker's neck, beats the shit out of himself. He just breaks his nose. He goes out there. He's like, Rick, he took my gun, man. And then they go off. Daryl and Glen go off to try to track this guy. And Rick and Shane go the way Shane says he saw the guy go. Even Daryl's kind of like, you telling me this guy got the jump on you? And he's like 100 pounds soaking wet. He's like, hey, we don't need no trackers, man. I know where he went. He went over those hills. Come on, Rick. Come on, man. So him and Rick go over there, and Rick kind of puts it together very clearly, very, very soon, like, oh, he was going to kill me. Like, this is a setup. Like, and then they kind of talk about it a little bit, like, oh, why are you going to do this? I thought we were all good. He's like, we tried to kill each other. What? You think we're going to, hold hands to sing Kumbaya together? Everything's going to be fine and dandy? And he's like, I don't think you got what it takes to protect them. She loves me, and that's my baby, and your son's weak and all this bullshit. And, Rick's like, I'm not going to draw my gun. And he's like, I'm going to take my gun. I'm going to put it out. You're going to have to shoot an unarmed man. So he takes his gun, he goes to give it to Shane, and then he knocks Shane's gun out of his hand almost, or just hits it with his gun, and then shivs fucking Shane. And Shane's like, he dies, and then Rick's screaming, you made me do this, you made me do this. And then all of a sudden we come back from commercial break, you hear, Dad? And Carl's like crying because he sees Shane dead, and Rick's like getting up and his hands are all bloody. He's like, wait, hold on, let me explain. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. But this is how badass Shane is, okay? Last season, Amy got bit and she got turned. So I guess you turn faster when you just die naturally. I guess that's what it is, because the bite takes longer for you to turn. That's what it would seem. I mean, I don't know. We have to just think so far from what we've seen. Because Jim got bit, he didn't turn right away. He got bit the night of the attack. He didn't turn till like almost... He didn't even turn when we left him off 24 hours later, almost. Almost 24 hours later. Then Amy got bit, and she died. And then she came back like 12 hours afterwards in the morning. She came around. She was a walker. And so Shane got bit. I mean, Shane got killed, stabbed, he's dead, and then all of a sudden he comes back like... But anyway, so he's such a badass. He gets killed and he comes back in minutes. Shane wants to kill Rick. Even when he's dead, he wants to kill Rick. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. He looked like a badass zombie too. And then, so Carl raises his gun, but we don't know that. Well, we kind of do. The way he even rose was kind of freaky. It was like demonic. It wasn't like a zombie. He rose like... I think they reversed that shit, because he rose like crazy. He rose. It was freaky actually when you see how he rises, and then Rick doesn't know that's it. He's like, no, come on, it's not what you think, son. Put the gun down. Put the gun down. And Carl, who said earlier he was never going to use a gun again, uses the gun that Shane was trying to give him and kills Shane. Kills him. Shoots him right in the head. And that was the scene that I cheered. But right after he shoots him, we see walkers in the woods hear the gunshot. They heard this gunshot, and they decide. They turn around. They're heading towards the farm. Also, Daryl and Glen found Randall, and they found him as a zombie. So they put him down, and they look and they go, "He ain't bit." So, dun dun dun. We'll find out why in the next episode. Anyway, this is a good episode. It was Shane's death. It was a long time coming. They prolonged it for as long as they possibly could. Technically, I mean, they really it was a big decision for them. So I think they didn't want to really... I don't know, man. John Bernthal a really good actor, and I think it was really hard for them to pull the trigger on him. I think, in my mind, he could have just left, and maybe could have come up with him later on in the future or something. It would have been much cooler. But they had to kill him because the way they made him, they were like, no, he's got to be obsessed over Lori this much, and he would just have to have Lori be such a stupid bitch. Sorry, there are women that get mad that I'm saying this, but her character is a stupid bitch. I like the show anyway. I like this episode too. I actually did cheer when Carl shot Shane in the head. This season's not as bad as I remembered it. It's much better, actually. Especially when you have to review it for 5 listeners or viewers. Let me know what you guys thought down below. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.